Hey everybody, I really hope that this video gets out to my fans and my followers. My name's Multiple Maps, and I'm a recording artist. And I have a really great update to share with you guys, but I thought that this video was just so important to make, because to get to this point, to have this camera in front of me and to be doing this is just it took absolutely everything that I had, everything that I care about, everything that I love, everything that I do, all my time, energy, everything has led up to this video. Now, there's a lot of explaining to do, so this is going to take a little bit of a while. But believe me, this isn't a rant. I've had to go to Hell's End and back 10 times to be able to get to this point of having the camera and telling you guys about what this is. So, I just wanted to tell you guys, alright, how it all started. I started doing music at a young age, right? And the past few years, I started seeing success at it. I always have kept things clean and on the level and tried not to talk about too much. But my YouTube page actually started making huge strides with the public. And I take a lot of pride in that. And it seems like the realer it got and the more progress we would make, the harder things would get. You think it would get easier, right? So many people have reached out to me. When I announce events, there'll be crowds waiting for me in all different states. People are familiar with me. It's been amazing, and it's went further than I ever could have imagined. But as of lately, I was supposed to be attending the Webby Awards hosted by Snoop Dogg in New York. And this was really supposed to be a really great, successful moment for me and my mom. We really wanted to have that Tyler, the Creator moment, you know, with her just overjoyed with excitement, you know, seeing her son get an award. We really wanted to relive that script. So we saved up the money, had it all ready, and then, you know, here comes the deadline, and all I kept getting was doors slammed in my face and everyone leaving, and everyone was MIA. Now, my YouTube page started taking a strange turn the past like 3 or 4 months, 6 months, past year actually. We started like realizing that there was a lot of groups of people like following us, you know. And we were supposed to live in this very secure neighborhood. And as of lately, you know, I haven't talked to my parents. I'm very close with. My hit songs are about them. And they're all loving and caring, you know, and we're very, very close. Very close, me and my parents. But for the past 8 days, their phones were changed. Their voicemails were changed, and their phone calls started getting screened, right? Now, you know, for me to do what I've done, right, first of all, I always had permission, you know? I would never go against my parents. And then, you know, second of all, you know, it might seem like maybe I was trying to run away from my parents, but maybe I knew that if I didn't seek out help from my parents, that maybe something bad could happen. So what I have been doing is I've been putting the pressure on the situation in terms of, like, I can't be gang stalked and controlled. Like, down in Florida, I was releasing music every day and stuff, and then once I started seeing success, it exposed who was the head of this gang stalking operation. Now some of this stuff gets pretty wild, guys. We were afraid in Florida. We were afraid of a drone strike attack in Florida from Venezuela. And so we were afraid it would happen on Christmas Day. So what ended up happening is the United States heard about what I was talking about and ended up doing a drone strike on Venezuela on December 24th. So pretty much this YouTube channel prevented an attack on the United States. So it really has people like up in arms. There's people that are trying to sabotage me. There's people that are trying to help me. So I guess I have a little bit of a message to the people that are trying to hurt me and sabotage me. I've had 2 vehicles need new fuel pumps from people putting sugar in the gas tank. I've had brake lines cut. This is just this week. These people have been going after my parents, right? It turns out that they were actually controlling the network. There is someone that got so jealous that they were actually hacking the network, and I wasn't able to go live on YouTube. I wasn't able to upload my music. I wasn't able to release any more albums because I was having too much success at it. Things were going too well for me, and this person that was controlling the networks got jealous and started not letting me release my music. And long story short, I wasn't having it because I knew that if I gave it that, it was just going to get nothing but worse. And when you mess with my parents, there is no end that I will go to protect my mother and father because they are exceptionally great people. For them to leave me hanging in the freezing cold for a week straight on the street, someone screening their calls, controlling the network that their phones are under, right? Any of my calls that have come in from any number, from anywhere, anytime, any voicemail, any text, they don't receive it. They don't realize this, you know, but I realize that someone is controlling our network. In our neighborhood, there has been people that have moved in. It almost seems like there are cameras in our house. Every time we walk out the front door, someone pulls up and watches us. I've even had neighbors take pictures of when we leave. 5 or 6 people pull up in front of our house, different cars, and go in our home. There has been so much stuff going on, right? That I'm totally scared for my parents. I begged them to leave this situation and just come back home. And they have literally told me that they just can't, even if they wanted to. And when I heard that, for what strong-willed people they are, how successful they've been in life, for me to hear that they don't have the option of leaving, I knew that I had to go get help from back home. So that's why I came up here. And, you know, I told Pittsburgh, all of Pittsburgh, to the point that people were showing up and stopping me from talking. You know, trying to create fake situations, fake scenarios, fake stories, to try to maybe get me out of the way so that I don't tell you guys the truth. And, you know, if Florida isn't taken care of, this power is being misused, right? But see, here's the problem. Even in Pennsylvania and Ohio, Some people are completely blind to it. We have been like brainwashed by like the software in our phones. And it's very possible that people aren't aware of it. Now this software, it shows where you touch on the phone screen. It shows where your eyes go. I've seen a lot of my other friends use it. They use a quick beep or a click that means next subject. It's been very, very strange software going on, spy type software, AI software. Everyone has on these headphones, right? Everyone's talking to a director. All my old friends, all my new friends, everyone seems to be under the control of someone else telling them what they do, how long they can say it. So I wanted to get out of that world. I said, what the heck is this? You know, why is everyone listening to a director? Why is someone telling everyone what to do? And so then I started going to the airports in different cities and stuff, and I started to realize that everyone there was an actor. And so I started to think, these actors, why do they have actors going around? I was like, oh, the state of our country is in such disarray that they're hiring actors to make things look normal and feel normal. And that's scary. And I'm under the opinion a lot of these actors that I'm seeing are actually somewhat slaves to the industry. This is like the Epstein files and stuff that you're hearing about. Now, a lot of these people that have been trying to take pictures of me and disgrace me and make a case on me and do all this stuff to me, right? A lot of them are children being directed by adults. I have pictures of them all uploaded and sent to different people. So any evidence and photos of you guys taking me doing nothing that you try to build a case on, that was illegally obtained by underage children that weren't even qualified. And then, you know, that's going to raise a lot of questions. Who are these kids that you guys are hiring to go out there to take pictures of and disgrace people? And why are you teaching young children to do this? And who's allowing this? In our own government? And it's going on everywhere. And these people are like slaves. It's to the point where they'll have them working a job, but they're just actors to make the places look full and like the businesses are successful. But our country can't even fill Burger King positions. They have to hire actors to do it. We're in disarray. And they're slowly taking away our pennies, slowly making our dollar less valuable. And pretty soon we're going to be so deep that we're not going to be able to fix this. But we have to believe in the checks and balances system that we all grew up on and were taught. Most people believe in that. Now, if there's something out of balance, we're allowed to check it. You can make a bill on Capitol Hill. There's a lot of things you can do. You can propose a bill. There's a lot of things you can do. But the strange thing is, anyone that's in politics that I've presented, any of my old friends, anyone that I know, no one wants to touch this because they're so scared of it. Well, I'm not scared. Everyone else has just been giving in and going along with it and pretending like they're one of them, maybe just to get by. Me, I enjoy my America, right? You know, all the chemical spraying that's been going on in Florida, I see it as a chemical attack, airborne chemical attack. You know, it's in the water, it's in the air. I've even heard a lot of things that it's in our food, and it's all true. But the chemicals being dropped in the sky, it actually burns, and they're afraid that it could be contagious. So when I wanted to speak out on this, I actually was attacked quite a few times. My parents' phone lines were changed. Someone actually moved right outside my neighborhood so that they can control our Wi-Fi and spy on us and stalk us. And what they're trying to do is knock me out of the way, right? And once I'm out of the way, I can't speak out like this. So then they can take advantage of my senior citizen parents. Now, why wouldn't we just go to the police? Well, I talked to the police today, and they told me that everything's fine. I told them that I need to speak to my parents. I need to at least hear their voice and know that they're okay. And all they tell me is, your parents are fine, don't worry about it. I said, that's all you have to tell me. I said, there's nothing else going on. I told them there's a lot of strange things going on. And then they say, they tell me, oh, well, we're familiar with what's been going on the past couple of years. Are you really familiar with what's been going on with the past couple of years? Because if you are, you must be a part of it if you're not helping. It's to the point, guys, that there's been groups of two in my neighborhood following my parents everywhere. They've been telling them that they were filming a TV show for them, but I know different. There's been someone in the industry that is telling everyone, oh, we're filming this for your next big premiere. But what if they use that footage in another way that they're telling you that they're going to, and they end up ruining your life, presenting it in a bad manner? There's been groups of people driving around filming my parents and I and stuff, and someone even approached them, told them to go along with it. It's reality TV, you'll get paid later. And that's not true. They're trying to use it to disgrace. But I didn't fall for it. I'm doing this to stand up for my parents. What's theirs, what they've earned in the United States. Now, what gave all this up was them not letting me release my album. Because it should be anyone's right if they professionally upload a song, on a distribution platform or however they do it, through their record label or whatever. They should be allowed to do that. It's legal. But if someone's stopping that, right, and they're stopping it because the song says something like, we have to protect Florida, don't let people poison our skies, if someone, and if someone stop, it's not the FCC, it's hackers, right? These hackers are using the 5G towers to control people. They can actually change the prices. They can turn your credit cards off and on, your debit cards off and on, watch all of you, what you're doing, where you go, where your likely places are. So if they ever were to attack you, they would know the first place that you would try to run and hide. And if they're hacking your Wi-Fi, they can actually see a digital imprint of where you're at in the house and what you're doing. There's no hiding from this. There's no privacy. So I know what's coming and what they're trying to do, and this video is going to prevent it. I used my Webby money instead of getting my award to try to protect the people that are too afraid to do it, which is everyone. So all this crazy stuff that was going on in Florida that I've heard about and everything, experienced, right? It's going on in Pennsylvania. It's going on in Ohio. And I never did anything, right? But if these people are coming after me for speaking out against what's going on, and they're not police. Every restaurant that I went in Pittsburgh had two people with ICE shirts on. Every bar, every radio station is gone. Our networks and our freedom of speech is being infringed upon. And we're not going to have a voice to speak out against any laws being made or any changes in our country. And our country is based off, the people. And for them to take that away from us, is treason. And people are afraid to speak out on it because this software, let me tell you guys something, this software is like a drug. It feels really great at first. It feels like you have superpowers. It feels like you're the only one. But somehow they're poisoning our brains and our thinking and controlling us. They're poisoning our brains with these phones and this 5G network. At first you're going to feel like, oh, I have superpowers. I can talk to people telepathically. This is amazing, right? That's how everything feels when it's new. We have no idea where this is going to take us or make us do. 1, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, 6 months down the line, there can be serious side effects to this. like shortening our lifespan. We have no idea. This is all new stuff moving so fast that we never approved of, that's being done to our minds, our bodies, our children, our family, our parents, our kids, brothers, sisters, cousins, loved ones. There's been something strange going on. And, my message to the people that have been coming after me, trying to throw me in jail for speaking on this stuff, I don't even swear. I'm just observing what I see around me. And I see control of the networks, and no one willing to help, and everyone's afraid, but little old me, and I'm not a tough guy. So I just want to know, if you come after me, you have to deal with all this corruption that I've been seeing, right? Like, whoever comes after me, whoever bothers me, you're going to have to deal with all this corruption, right? Because whatever charges or situations that are brought up on me are complete lies to try to keep the corruption of poisoning our beaches and our skies and our water in Florida. But the sad thing is that it's going on in other states, probably every state, and we need to be aware of it. There's no getting our message out there anymore. All the radio stations are gone. NBC, CBN, NBC wanted to hear my story, Good Morning America. But when your network's being controlled, they can control what emails you get, what you do, what you see, what you don't. And that's the problem, right? So the history on our routers is all the proof, right? And these people think that they're safe. But, I'm letting you guys know that, I'm being protected by a lot of people, very high up people, that are also sick of this and what's going on. And they don't want to speak out on it because they see how I'm being pursued and they don't want that to happen to them. But if you guys are aware of this, and if we protect ourselves by talking about this publicly, we should be okay. Now, I think everyone's equal. I love everyone. This is about us being able to stay as America, right? The land of opportunity. I'm afraid that we could lose our freedoms and a lot more over this. I'm afraid that people are telling my parents, if your son doesn't shut up, we're going to bring trouble to you. Well, any trouble that someone brings my parents, or any trouble that someone brings me, they're going to have to deal with. And being responsible and answer to all this stuff. Who are all these people watching someone go on every corner, every turn they make? Who are all these people watching? Who are these people with the headphones on, telling other people what to do, what to say, how long they can do there? Who's setting these stages? Who's funding it? Why is everything so retro? Why is everything that's supposed to be closed opened all of a sudden? Is there some sort of time travel that we don't know about? How do people know things? How do we know stuff that we shouldn't? There has to be some sort of dimension or something astounding going on that we're not aware of. People fear it. But maybe we just need to understand it more. If it was up to me, I would have loved to just release music. I never liked politics or situations and stuff, but once I found out that our skies were being the sky trails and our beaches and waters and contagious things being put in our sky and atmosphere, and spring breakers could get sick. You have to put up your windows, put on the air conditioning. And the police are there with their sirens on to tell you, put up your windows, put on your air conditioning when you're driving out here. I've had major people supporting me doing this. People in very high up places with names that I won't expose. But I have a lot of support with this. So the dirty people that are falling for this fake narrative, right? That's the people that are doing all this, right? Those people that are doing all this, those are the people responsible, right? So if something does happen to me, right? If someone does try to put me in jail on some bogus charges, or, if something like that does happen, that person's gonna look like they did, are responsible for all this, and they're trying to cover their tracks. Because all I ever do is go to karaoke once a week. I never go out. So how am I seeing all these issues? I wouldn't say issues, but it's someone trying to cover up. And as a country and as people, we have to put an end to this. We can't let this continue. It's not my place to say any of this, but the fact that they cannot let me release my album on the internet means, and they can control your prices and turn your cards off and all that stuff they can do. Well, that means that they're doing it to you and your kids and your parents too. So believe in it, because it's real. And if I was a write-in on a ballot, I would say get someone like Michelle back in there. And if I was a write-in on the ballot, I would say that we need to monitor our cell phones much closer, and we need to take a look at these cell phone companies and see exactly what they're putting in these new devices and stuff, and what the sensation is that we're all experiencing that we're too afraid to talk about because it feels like a mental illness or something. But I'm letting you guys know you're not sick. It's happening to everyone. You're not special. Everyone's a victim of this. It could be another species. Who knows what's doing this to us? But as a people, we need to put a stop to this. Collectively, we need to start talking about the voices in our heads openly, because everyone's been experiencing it. I'm 35 years old, clean, sober, for years now. Never had any issues until I started noticing everyone else was having them too. It has to be coming from these 5G towers. Well, guys, the battery's running low, and I just want you guys to know I've really turned my life around. Things have been really great for me, but the only reason why I would ever leave my parents' side is to protect them, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I guess I'm at a crossroads where I'm at the point that I have to pick a side, a state. Who am I going to be financially obligated to? And I believe the North is the one that can protect the South. The South seems to be struggling with health care, hospitals, basic needs, necessities. Everything's closed. It's like North Korea. Like, it's all fake, putting up fake signs. Like, you'll walk in somewhere and all the businesses are closed. People in vans will show up and have fake workers go all in there and fill it all up. And same with your grocery stores. It's all actors. They're not actual workers. They're following a script. And a lot of them are slaves, unpaid, begging me to help them. So I claim to be the next Abe Lincoln, the normal, everyday man has experienced failure and how to overcome it. And it's going to free the slaves. Guys, pretty much this stalking situation has taken everything from me. I've given everything to get to this point and make this video. I know there's not fun video editing and all the bells and whistles, but I hope I got my point across, that we can get back to having fun and just making music. But as long as someone's controlling my parents' phones and network and things of that nature, it's definitely illegal. And the fact that no one's doing anything about it means that maybe they're involved too. There's a lot more to this, but the people following my parents, the people following me, all that stuff that's going on, the people taking pictures of me and acting like they're paparazzi, but they're actually uploading it to a legal site. Who do you think's putting that money out there for you to pay you to take pictures of me? It's the people doing the sky trails. It's the gang stalkers. So you people out there following me around, chasing me, right? You think that you're doing the right thing, but you're actually supporting like gang stalking. Who knows? They could be, who knows what group they are or what they actually are. They could be terrorists, the way they're bombing our skies. Dropping those chemtrails all in our skies, on our beaches. It burns. Well, guys, I hope that my life isn't a waste. I hope Jim Brewer sees this. I hope Adam Sandler sees this. I hope David Spade sees this. I hope the whole world sees this. I fought this. And when you start speaking out on this stuff, they will actually chase you, go after your family, and try to disgrace you, bring up fake charges. And it all started with me just trying to enjoy my life and release some music and just be a normal person and appreciate life for what it is. And that was just asking too much. So no, I won't give in. And there's a lot of victims to this. And I hope that this is the start of people standing up for themselves and not letting the world pass us by. So please, guys, find the right people. Let's create awareness about what's happening to us and not let us keep following this script that's leading us down a bad path. Let's get back to being the land of opportunity, not the land of surveillance and censorship. Those who are responsible for this should be held responsible. Remember, guys, look to the sky. You'll never die. And that's what upsets me about this so much. I'm telling everyone to look to the sky and that you'll never die, and it's this great thing, and the sky is the limit. But when you look up to the sky, there's chemtrails coming down, burning your eyes, giving you something contagious. Well, America, I hope we figure this out. You can follow me on Maps Vision TV, but I had to get a whole new YouTube page and do all types of crazy stuff just to get this video out to you guys on this different network. So I have all types of friends that are basically slaves to this industry like this. Sold a dream and then pushed into basically slavery. I think it's time to free people that have been abused like this and to stand up for people's rights. We can do this. So this is where I'm going to be posting new stuff on a new network. And I'm glad that I had to do this. I had to put all this into this to get into different networks for you guys to see this video. And it really took a lot out of me. It hurt me and my family. And it almost killed me. It's kind of a lot. It shouldn't be this difficult. Especially when I haven't done anything. All these people are after me and stuff, mistreating me. I didn't even do anything. If we were shooting a TV show, I'd be game. But I think that there's just something more sinister going on here. So, guys, anyone that tries to go against me has to be dirty, because I've been very transparent and clean through this, so I have no agenda. I'm just calling it like how I see it. And if you guys want someone honest, take a look at this and to have a say in this, write me in on a ballot or something. I don't know what to tell you, but we can do this, guys. Especially if this is your home country, the land of the home and the brave, of the free and the brave, the home of the free and the brave. Let's save our country and help me. Don't let them do this to me, guys. All I was trying to do was release some music. And all this got mixed into it.